Dixo presenta Welcome Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, with guests. Hosted by Law, Meirav, and Dort.
Yeah, and you're more than welcome to stick around. This is going to be the portion of the show where we start bringing up new apes and others to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about themselves, earn their cupcake badges. And Don Diablo, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, loud and clear.
Look at that beautiful
Awesome.
PFP. My gosh. Fellow cowboy, sir. Welcome.
Tip of the hat to you, my friend. Don Diablo, not a new member of the club, been around for a minute, building on Ape Chain. Doubled down his conviction, got a beautiful naked cowboy ape. Love it, man. Congratulations. How you doing today?
Yeah, doing good. Doing good. It's a little bit later in the afternoon for us over here in Sweden. It's just after 11 p.m. Enjoy listening to Cam talking about Ape Chain and Ape Fest in the future. Really cool. Double down. Absolutely right. And I was. I think I got my first mutant a little bit less than a year ago. And Lisbon was my first Ape Fest. And I think I spoke about it when I got my first mutant on this very space. That I was so surprised by the welcome of the Bored Ape, the mutant, the Yuga community in Lisbon, and how normal, down to earth, friendly and fun the community was. I remember saying, I brought my suit with me, thinking that I was going to meet all these super rich people that were going to be a little bit snobby, and my suit stayed in the suitcase for the whole week. And everybody was cool, and hoodies and shorts and t-shirts and vibing. And to be honest, that's what really sold it to me. And since then I built on it, and I've been working hard and managed to get a couple of Macy's and a Coda, and then just the perfect sort of events happened, and I'd managed to get half of the crypto, I suppose, or assets that I needed to buy the Bored Ape I wanted, and my wife was like, "I'll pay the other half if you just shut up about it. Like, it's your New Year's resolution to get it by the end of the year. You got that tattoo at Ape Fest," and I'm just like, "Just fucking, how much do you need?" And I was like, "I need this much." And she's like, "Oh my God, like if I do it, like I don't want to hear anything more about it. And if you lose it all and Yuga like rugs you, then we're going to get a divorce." And I was like, "Look, after 23 years, I don't believe you, but yes, I'm willing to take that." And when I saw the cowboy, listen, this ape is like rank 9,880 or something out of 10,000. It's like one of the most common ones there is. But there's only 353 cowboy hats, and I just loved it so much that I was on it for like 3 days. We put so much money from fiat into crypto that the bank closed my account, canceled my cards, canceled my Apple Pay. I had to send selfies of myself with my passport to their fraud squad, like proving it was me. And they were like, "Yeah, we had to close your account because you've been buying crypto." And I was like, "What's wrong with that?" And it's like, "Well, it's a big risk." And I was like, "What year are you guys in?" It was a massive thing, but it was now looking back, it was kind of funny, and it was a lot of fun. And we had a bottle of champagne, and we bought it together. We made a little gif of buying it, and I don't want to go on too long. There's a lot of people that have got their first ape, and this is their space. But what I wanted to sort of get across is that this isn't something that's come quickly. In 2021, a friend of mine that played cricket for Australia had a Bored Ape with a cowboy hat, and talked about it to some of our mutual friends that we played cricket with, and that's how I got into Web3. And from that day, 4 years ago, November 2021, that was my dream, was to be able to get a Bored Ape with a cowboy hat, and now I'm there. Of course, there's going to be more dreams. It hasn't got any mutants yet, so I want to get a serum. There's always something, right? But it's been a long journey. And the other thing that I wanted to say is that absolutely no money, no payments, nothing has come from the Typical Tigers. It's a volunteer position I have there as founder, and nothing's come from there. If it did, I would have got it 2 years ago. So, I just wanted to add that in there. But I'm super proud, super happy. And yeah, it's just it's an absolute dream come true to have done it. I wanted to do it by the end of year. My dream was to do it live at 8fest, and to have it done at the end of June is just it's just fantastic. We're going to live on Heinz baked beans and sausages and bread for a little while, but then we'll be back to normal.
It's the ape way, my friend. Gotta say, a little jealous of the PFP. That is a beautiful naked cowboy ape, and congratulations, dude.
I want to also welcome you to the Cowboy Apes as a fellow naked ape holder. Amazing ape. I loved your story. I was cracking up the whole time about your wife saying, "Just shut up about this." It's amazing. Has she changed her tune? Question mark.
No. I literally ordered I ordered a hoodie with it on, and I ordered a canvas, and she was like, "That's not going on the wall," and but it's on the wall in the bar, so it's fine. But yeah, no, it's been something that's been talked about for a long time, and before, when I was working for other projects and being paid, it was a little bit easier to be up at, because America's 6 hours or 9 hours behind if you're EST or PST. So to be in all these spaces and sort of promoting other people, but getting paid for it, and then being able to say, "Oh, all those nights I pissed you off when I was talking and on spaces and had my laptop open when we were watching films. Here's some money. Let's go with the family on holiday." And now where I'm solely working for a charity-based project with no pay, it's a lot harder to sort of justify that time. Although she sort of admires that it's for that reason. And the mission behind it, I think taking that time away from the family is a little bit harder, and I think this was her way of sort of saying, "Look, you've reached your goal now, so now you can chill out." So I think it was a little bit of that as well.
That's fair. That's really fair. I love that. Will you be going to Ape Fest this year?
I am. Both me and my new co-founder from this week on Typical Tigers, King Skipper, who I believe is actually going to speak soon when I shut up, have booked our flights from Europe as early as possible, so they're as cheap as possible. We've both booked the Ape Hotel with Ape Concierge with Asif. Had a call with Horder today. I've had a call with Shanice as well, looking about what we can do there, and looking forward to it. I've been there a few times before with my wife, but this will be the first time solo, so yeah, it could be dangerous. But yeah, no, definitely going. And also, I know it's really sad, but I do have to say it. We're paying for it ourselves. We're paying all of it ourselves. Nothing's coming from the project, the charity, or any NFP funding. So yeah, we're not taking any money away from our causes. We're going to represent the Tigers, but we're also going to have some fun. So we've paid for that 100% ourselves.
I love to hear it. It's awesome.
Baked beans see you there all day. I know how it goes, my friend. And congratulations again. Love to see it. Josh Shaka, dude, can you hear us now? Are you there?
Yep. Sorry, my mic rugged. GM. My first welcome Wednesday as a Bored Ape holder. Glad to be here. Can tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a open source developer, and coming at Web3 from that world, which is totally different. It's like proof of work, not proof of talk, so to speak, right? So my open source software is called Jishaka. My lion is the logo for my project. Got like about 3 million downloads. It's like a had to put it on pause about years ago because I got two kids and they had special needs. Um, but one of them just graduated this month, so I feel like, I've accomplished that mission. Yeah. And I got into Web3 probably in December, looking to launch an NFT collection that I'm the founder of. And started my journey there. I figured if I want to be a founder of an NFT collection, I need to start collecting, right? Can't just go out there and say, here's my NFT without deep diving and learning. And started trading. Did good trading. Actually, went from Azukis, got into apes, got a bored ape kennel club, got some mutants, got some really lucky trades because they were great trades at the beginning of this year, like Bad Buns and Moonbirds. Made some good money, and finally was able to buy my dream NFT, which is a bored ape, and I put him in the comments. He's a sushi chef, I think. Um, so glad to be here. I'm a serial builder. If you check my profile, I'm building. We bought Raid, which is a fan art platform. I'd love it if you guys could share some love on our fan art contest because it's a bored ape fan art contest. I think we got over 75 entries, but not a lot of apes commenting. The artists are amazing. The art is amazing. We gave away a Bored Ape Kennel Club, my Bored Ape Kennel Club, to promote it, which I think got us, so much traction. And we announced the winners tomorrow, and I think we're giving each one of the artists will get a Molzon ape as well, thanks to Riz helping out. So yeah, that's my story, yo. I'm so glad to be part of this great community.
Dude, first off, love the sushi trait. One of my favorite traits on apes. I think it's funny. It makes me laugh for some reason. And yeah, dude, very impressed by everything that you're working on, and glad you're here. Welcome. I was trying to find you on other page, and I'm not sure if you're on there yet, but I'm going to go ahead and whitelist you to be able to claim your cupcake badge for coming up here and introducing yourself and sharing us. And Don Diablo, I've gone
Thank you.
ahead and done that for you as well. And wanted to mention that once you guys claim those, post them on the timeline. Let people know that you got it. We'll repost it and make sure that people get stoked on it for you.
Sorry, what's other page? How do I find that?
So if you look at the first tweet in our jumbotron up above, you'll see it takes guts to step into a room full of strangers and say, "I'm here."
Got it.
So if you go to that and go into the comments, it'll take you to our other page community, and it's essentially
Awesome.
like are you aware of like Steam? It's like having a profile
Yes.
for a lot of the things that are going on within the ape ecosystem, ape chain NFT communities, to communities like us at Welcome Apes, to other regional clubs like in Canada and Southwest region. So it's kind of like a mecca of fun for the ape ecosystem.
Awesome. Thank you.
Hopefully I did justice explaining that.
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
guys
fun
think?
along. Yeah, definitely. And welcome, Jashaka. Nice to hear about your brand and your experience. What did you say you do for work? 100%.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Minty Fresh.
I know I'm up on stage. I should just like unmute, but I'm waiting for my turn. So
No, that was
Well,
helpful. And welcome.
Minty's here. He was mentioned earlier when Cam was up here. Let's check in with Minty, dude. How's it going, dude?
that was like an out of body experience. Like I was just like I heard my name and it was just like, oh crap, am I on this call? Like I'm like doing work and I'm like, oh wait, oh no, he's just mentioning me. Wow, what a mensch. To get the mention from head of ape was really a moment. I was just like, wow, it's. I'm glad that what I'm working on is having an impact and taking up just a little bit of headspace because there's so much going on. When you have a new kid, you have a new company. You're the CEO of ApeCo now. Really, really astonishing time to be an ape. And he mentioned efficiency too, and it struck me, and that's why I came up because I was I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time selling my NFTs, and so like it's just like, I love them so much. I love being in part of the communities. I'm like I get excited about being in the discords and chatting with certain people, and so when somebody was mentioning like, oh gosh, why aren't you minting out? I forgot the name. It's the new generative art. Do you guys remember the name? It's oh gosh,
Modus.
yeah, Modus Arts project,
I
but it
mentioned one myself.
was 58. I grabbed one, but it was just like it was 58, and then like I think somebody was just like, guys, why aren't we minting this out like immediately? This is like quality art. And I realized I was like, wow, this is probably the first art block style generative AI, generative art project on Ape Chain. So I was like, ooh, I better get this. But I was just like, side note, generative I think was a bit scary too, because I think a lot of people associate generative AI, whereas this is like real like artistry and tech mixed together. So this is like a really strong project. But to be fair, it was just like it was 58, and people were kind of like, well, like, our bags are kind of down right now, and like, where are we going to get the ape? And I kind of looked at my own wallet, and I was like, gosh, I'm like, I'm running a
Did
little
I
low
wrong?
myself, right? And so, but here's what I did. This is the efficiency that maybe Cam is talking about with my brain. I'm like, I have not tapped into any of the reserves that I'm generating from staking my ape. So I got him. I got my mutant. I staked it with 2048 ape, and it generates ape like every day. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at that since we moved the staking. And for me, that was like my minor hack. That's how I was able to mint two. And it's something that I think new apes, especially if you're leveling up to an ape board ape proper, you get a really nice staking bonus when you're putting your ape up there with your ape. And so it was just an overlooked thing that I was just like, oh, like there's no restaking in that system. So usually that's what I do with other systems, but here it's just like it just generates and emits. And so why not take advantage of that and maybe uh, put a little into some art on ape chain.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad you kind of came up and told that story, as I feel like that was kind of recent news going on in the ape chain ecosystem. Went and grabbed one myself, and yeah, dude, they're pretty fucking sick. Did Dort, Meirav, did you guys grab one?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for
Hey,
bringing me
Dort.
up. Sorry, you guys. I just want to say you guys did such a a tremendous job with the interview with Cam, and yeah, shit sort of hit the wall here at work. So sorry I could not join for that, but caught the tail end. But yeah, Law, to answer your question, yeah, I did mint Owen's work. I think it's called Pulse Width. And I
That's
did,
it.
yeah, I minted it in person. Actually, in New York City, it was so fucking awesome, man. Um, I got to go on Thursday to the Staple event, talk to everyone that was there. Losh, Fend, Vi, Spencer, Juan. It was such a fun time. But yeah, Owen was in the back. He had all these like dials and these sort of knobs you could play with to sort of set your own traits. And so I probably spent like a half hour just looking at all the different types of outputs. Um, and I think people were starting to get worried about me. I was just spending my time playing around with that, and I minted number 17. Um, and I gotta say, the outputs are actually really quite beautiful. I think people are sleeping on this. It is incredible generative art. And I've looked pretty in depth at art block stuff that goes to 1 ETH plus that I think is abhorrent in comparison. And so, it's definitely not financial advice, but it is beautiful art, and it did help that I could sort of just mint the piece that I wanted in person. Definitely an advantage there, but yeah, it was a great time.
I'm having so much FOMO just hearing you describe that process. That sounded really cool. Yeah. And if either of you have like a link to that somewhere on Twitter, that'd be awesome. I've been head down painting some stuff, so I haven't minted.
It's sold out, but I'd love to see some video, Dort, if you had any of that experience. That sounds fantastic. Being able to just that, I think that's something that thing last cycle, especially in New York, just to there's a lot of populace there, there's a lot of degens there, but to have a space where you could walk in and mint was interesting and very, very unique.
Yeah, I didn't take any video, unfortunately. I sort of forgot to take pictures. I was too I was too immersed in the experience, I guess. But yeah, it was so cool, and I had to get Sven to put me on the whitelist, and then I minted right on the spot, and then I went right up to the artist, and I showed him my settings, and then he went right to Blever, and he was able to change the traits to the precise specifications, and it just like immediately changed in my wallet. It was so smooth. Yeah, I was really, really impressed, and really impressed by all the art collabs that weekend that A-Chain did. I just really, really, really hope we can find more artists to bring on into A-Chain, and just keep dropping work there.
I got a feeling they're coming, dude. I don't know if you said you came in kind of late, but those questions that we that I asked Cam, dude, like I said, I did not give them to him beforehand, dude. That was straight freestyling, dude. I liking what I'm hearing. Let's keep it rolling. We got some hands up. I want to go with Andre first since we tried getting to him earlier and he tapped out. Andre is a new member of the club, just recently picked up an ape, and I've been seeing some of his work on the timeline, or retweeted it, some of it the other day on the Welcome Apes account. Really impressed. Andre, welcome to the club. Happy Welcome Wednesday. How's it going, dude?
Hey guys, well, thank you for having me, and thank you to all the support. I'm 23 years old, actually just graduated law student from Serbia. So I'm basically into NFTs for, I think, a bit more than 3 years. And I started learning graphic design and 3D animations on my own by literally YouTube channels. I just saw like few days ago that I posted at 2022 that I'm gonna have the mutant tape by the end of the year. So I'm kind of late, uh, let's say 3 years late. But well, my dream came true. Big shout out to Dachi. He's a mutant tape as well. Well, actually, he got me, on the road to getting the mutant by supporting me and sharing me into the, I guess, group chats. Big thank you to all the apes here. I see a lot of them that I already made art with the apes, and that they supported me, or the people that at least retweeted me and supported me in that way. So basically, yeah, I mean, I'm super hyped to be part of the family now, and I can't wait to make more art for you guys. Uh, so I don't know what else to say. I'm by day I'm a intern at the law office. By noon, I'm a protester for the human rights in Serbia. I mean, I guess you guys don't know what's going on because it's a small country in Europe, but it's kind of a chaos. And by night, I'm a 3D designer.
That's amazing, all of that. Wow. And welcome.
Thank you.
It's really cool. I'm glad that she brought you in. I'm glad that you got an amazing Aqua on Aqua mutant.
Yeah,
Did you catch that,
yeah.
Law?
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't actually even on the floor at the moment. I just, I was scrolling, and I'm not, to be honest, I'm not a trader. I never knew how to trade NFTs. Basically, on every NFT I ever had, I lost money, and I told myself that I'm done with buying. But then I saw the 2022 post, and when I say something that I'm gonna do, I need to do it. So I decided, to get that mutant for myself. So Yeah, I mean, I had to get that one because I saw him a bit above the floor, and then I somehow managed to contact the seller, and he was like extremely chill, which I didn't expect, and basically we got a deal in like less than 5 minutes.
Are we saying your name right? Is it Andre?
Well, yeah, it's perfect in English. In Serbian, it's a hard R, so it's Andrej, but I don't mind. You're saying it perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to. I just wanted to make sure. And Nana is actually in our group chat right now, sharing some work that you did for him recently. It's so good, dude. And
Oh, yeah,
um,
Nana is a legend. I love his ape. It was a pleasure working with him.
yeah, he's got a great ape, and he's a great dude. Um, I know you're on the other page, and I just want to let you know that we went ahead and got you whitelisted to be able to get in there and claim your cupcake badge, dude.
Awesome. Thank
Glad
you.
you came up here and introduced yourself, and looking forward to seeing more stuff of yours on the timeline. And feel free to tag us whenever you post it, man. I'd be happy to come in there and interact with it, bombard it with a comment, and a repost.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the warm welcome.
Amazing. Danny, you got your hand up, dude. How's it going?
Yeah, sorry, I had to raise my hand because I have a hard stop in 2 minutes exactly. So I just wanted to come up and burst Minty's bubble and tell him that Cam talked about me first before he talked about him, about the podcast and everything we're doing on Nape Chain. And actually, it's not true. I wanted to ask all of you guys from Welcome Wednesday because now that the DAO is gone, before it was onboarding also people to the DAO. So what's going to happen? It's going to be welcoming new apes, or the DAO is just not going to be a part of anything right now. Like a discussion. I don't mean it for voting or anything like that, but a discussion forum that it was very interesting to take it like all the discussions over there. And I'm asking because we're doing Ape in Espanol every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I want to pick your brain on this because it's interesting to see what we should do to start onboarding more Spanish-speaking people.
So I think your first question was the Ape Quinn DAO. From my understanding, it's done. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up that part of it. But you're asking what can you kind of do to help onboard apes in Espanol, and yeah, I think that's a great question to ask. And simply what we've done is finding them on the timeline, keeping an eye out, and welcoming, and just kind of being lending your hand out in whatever way you think is best possible. And I think what we've done over the last year, what's really been effective is hosting these spaces and giving a place for people to kind of just come up and talk, introducing themselves, and making the environment comfortable where they feel like they would want to kind of come up. And maybe like putting a Espanol community together. Maybe once you get that community established, create another page profile for your community to come and reward them with things like a badge, or whatever kind of. I think it's just all about fostering a community that and that makes people feel comfortable, and inviting them in, and going from there, man. Seeing what they want to do. And I don't know, what do you, Dort, Meirav, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I was thinking too that, if he's got connections, if you've got connections to some Spanish speaking apes and you see that they've joined, maybe you could be in our Twitter chat and help us stay in the know about that so we could kind of work together. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. I would love it because, I mean, this is like an initiative that we're doing with Stella and Honeybee and Merge First and Oliver also from Mexico. And we're trying to, onboard people. And we've been doing this like for 17 or 18 episodes every week. We miss last one because We were supposed to do it with AMP and Honeybee, but they got lost, I guess, in alcohol or whatever, and we didn't do it because they were in New York City during NFC New York. But we are trying to do it every week, and try to onboard more and more people. And I think we're doing a good job. We're learning a lot on the way. I mean, Law and Mira and Dort, they're super professionals, and this is why I'm trying to pick your brains up. So if you want to bring me up on your group, I would be more than glad to be there with you guys.
Awesome. Well, Danny, dude, thanks again for coming up, dude. And we made it so you can claim your welcome cupcake badge on other page, and yeah, keep us posted on the Spanish community. And if I have some advice for you, I think is don't wait on anybody. Just go ahead and do it. Like if other people don't pull through, um, and you're relying on them, then just go with it, dude. Just do it yourself. I think that's the most, and that's like one of the best things I've heard in this space is sometimes you just have to fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Good luck with it, and thanks again, dude.
yeah, and I'm gonna jump up because I have to clip the part where Cam was talking about me and before Minty, and love you guys. I mean, you really are doing a magnificent job. To tell you the truth, I really respect and admire what you do.
Dude,
Right
thank you
back
so
at
much.
you,
That means a
Danny.
lot.
Yeah, thanks for coming up.
Ape Fest Latin America. Just wanted to drop that. I was just like, that's for me. I'm just like, you want to onboard Spanish speakers? Let's go Ape Fest Latin America. Let's go.
Danny
Whether
and I
me,
I'm
were
down.
chatting about some filmmaking too. So we've got like
oh,
Spanish apes, film apes, like all here, all in this hub. I love it.
This is what I love. I mean, I know I'm a little late, but when you ask Cam what makes Ape Sheen so special, this is it, man. I mean, it's all this amazing community where we all stick together, and that I don't see on any other chain. This is the truth. So, bye, and let's keep the conversation going, please, guys. You're doing an amazing job.
And I'd love to see an ape fest personally in Lima, Peru. My wife is Peruvian. She would absolutely love that. She would love to connect with all the South American apes. I'm bringing her to Vegas this year, but maybe someday South America. Think about it. I know you guys are listening. Bye.
All right, let's go to the hands. We have a lot of hands up, and I have about max 45 minutes to keep the space going before I have to go to work. But I see. Let's do new apes first because they get priority for being new. Cool Takita.
Hey,
Am
yeah,
I
how are
saying that
you?
right?
Yeah, just
Takita,
cool is
man.
fine.
Cool. All right, cool. Welcome to Welcome Wednesday. You recently just got this absolutely insane mutant DMT fur. Love the ape, dude. Why did you ape in? And yeah, tell us a little bit about you, man.
So I started like mining coins back in, let's see, maybe 2016, 2017. Um just mining kind of altcoins and then working my way into ETH um through Doge, swapping to Doge and then swapping to ETH. Um Paid off a bunch of debt with ETH. Um got into NFTs with what was left over and then got out um maybe in 22 or 23 and just decided to take a break and finish my degree in cybersecurity. And then I just finished in May and I decided, man, I want to get back in. Let me see where the apes are at. Saw this awesome DMT on the floor and I just couldn't resist. So, yeah. And I don't know if you want me to just keep rambling, but it's been awesome joining. That's all I can say. This is like the most welcoming group of people I've ever met in NFTs. For one, Baron is probably the best community lead that I've seen, hands down. Just coming in and then like showing like, dude, I've been wearing this mutant shirt for years, like just wanting to be part of the club, and then now I'm actually in, and then for him to reach out and say, hey, you need a new shirt. Let me send that out to you. So, um, I've never felt like that before. Like someone actually cared. Like, I mean, it's just a simple thing, right? To replace somebody's shirt, but like nobody else has done that. Nobody else has bothered to try to make me feel welcome until I came here. And then just being in the spaces too with other apes, um, Stella, Tiger, Baka. Just trying to name off a few that I can remember just off the top of my head. Coco. Just had a great time in the space with them yesterday. Hype was in there too, I know, but I don't know. It's just great being an ape, and I'm understanding why everybody loves it now. So yeah.
Hey, I see Master Woodworker in your profile, and I'm really intrigued. Do the world
I
of
was
BA
literally gonna ask the same thing.
yeah, dude, great minds think alike, but do the world of BAYC and woodworking, do they intersect somewhere in your mind? Can we expect like an ape line of furniture from you, or maybe some like wood puzzles, or I'm just curious, man. That sounds like such a cool hobby.
Yeah, it is an awesome hobby that I started probably about 10 years ago. And I learned from a another master woodworker here in Japan. He taught me everything I know. And now I just love it, and it's kind of what I do in my spare time. And to answer your question, like, can we see some sort of collab? Yeah, I ran into the Made by Ape page the other day, and I was just blown away by everything that was listed there. And I'm going to be looking to get my license in there, and I'll be probably making some wooden things, which we were talking about in the spaces yesterday. Um, I'm going to start off with real simple things that just to show what I can do, like challenge coins or wall hangings that are made out of like cherry and walnut with your ape lasered onto it. The laser engraver I have is not like the cheap Timu $100 one. It's a $40,000 laser engraver, so it can do photo quality. Like I can laser a photo onto wood. So yeah, just look forward to seeing that, and I can't wait to hear some feedback too when I do put things out for everybody.
Cool is like living my dream. I've always dreamed of like studying with a Japanese wood making master. I literally have near me a book on Japanese joinery. Like literally, I could touch it right now. That's amazing.
Yeah, I think it started out with my ex-wife. Actually, her family owns like a house over here in Japan, and it's made in the whole Japanese joinery style where there's no nails or anything like that. It's all joinery. It's an amazing house, but that got me excited about learning about Japanese woodworking. So I found that guy and just started learning from him. So now I'm more into, like laser engraving and like um, using like a CNC router, things like that. I don't know when it's needed, I can do the Japanese joinery and all that stuff too. But um, I just can't get over like UV printing and laser engraving. It's exciting.
Well, I'll tell you one thing: if you know how to make a board ape Japanese katana, I know for a fact you'd have a bunch of people interested because after that latest board ape yacht club post they did with, I believe, some of what's I don't know who did the artwork actually, with Curtis holding that katana. I saw probably about 100 tweets of people asking when katana.
That's a that's an amazing idea. I've actually made like a huge like kind of like Lord of the Rings size sword. It's probably about 4 feet tall, out of cherry and walnut. Um, and yeah, that would be cool to make a samurai sword. I've never thought about that. If I do, it's probably going to be some sort of limited drop to like limited to 10 because it's not an easy piece of work. I can't crank out like 200 of those or 10,000 or 30,000, to cover everybody. But yeah,
Well, cool, dude. Thanks again for coming up and introducing yourself. We got you whitelisted to claim your cupcake badge, and welcome
Sweet,
aboard.
thanks. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna go to Hype since he's a relatively new member of the club. Been hosting spaces for Ape Chain for some time, so probably a familiar face for those who have been grinding in the trenches. Hype, dude, congratulations on this beautiful aquamarine ape, pink fur, flip brim, very sought after traits here. We're talking grail traits. Congratulations, dude, and welcome aboard. How you doing?
Good, brother. First of all, I want to thank my mom, because without her, I wouldn't be here today without my ape. So I want to thank her first. I want to thank my former girlfriend, who probably is not with me anymore because I used the money towards this versus the engagement ring. So she's not in the room, but hey, it is what it is, right? I actually bought this right around her birthday, so I don't think she's too happy with me, but I still took her out for some McDonald's. It's good. We're good. But all seriousness, I appreciate, you guys and what you guys have done. Obviously, we've talked a lot in spaces. I want to obviously shout out everybody that I've met over the last couple months. Not only in the ape chain ecosystem, but prior to that, that I've had journeys with. I was definitely inspired by a few people in this space the last year and a half. Just like a lot of you guys, I was in that 2021 period of time. I also missed out post COVID. I was on Kraken, being in Canada. Shout out to all my Canadian homies. Happy Canada Day. But yeah, basically, being in Canada, it's a little bit more regulatory, so I can switch my funds over from Kraken. I didn't know how to set up MetaMask. Otherwise, it'd be like the third largest holder behind Franklin. Just kidding. I wasn't going to be that big. But anyways, I would have been in the Bored Ape ecosystem at that point. But it is what it is. I look forward 3.5 years later. Um, my biggest thing was integrate with ApeChain, get to know people on ApeChain, start getting to familiarize myself with people. Obviously, some of the biggest things, like I said, showbiz. As a guy I met well over 2 years ago, but heard his journey to getting into the ecosystem and the family. Another homie, Cortez, as well, got in pretty early on, and I love his story of how he got in. And then I go further back to a guy down in the crowd, D Dot. So he got in when we were part of other communities as well. So, but just yeah, my journey along to coming to where I am today. I want to thank guys like you welcoming me, even with my project PFP. I was able to jump into some of the ApeCoin Discord late nights with obviously my dead fellas and and Tiger and whatnot. You guys, Dort, and a few others that were in that happy hour, and I felt welcomed. Right, I felt welcomed, and it was a natural progression. I've always been longing to be an ape. Got to that point. Now I'm here. For me, I've said this before and I'll say it again. This ape doesn't represent my brand. Absolutely, this represents me. This is something I want to build for me and my girlfriend for the future of what we're trying to build outside of Web3 IRL. However, I did decide last week, I decided to gift my community another deed because I know that with other side coming, it's going to be an awesome opportunity for them to explore the ecosystem with Yuga. And hopefully at some point they'll onboard into this ecosystem as apes as well. So yeah, man, that's where I'm at. But I appreciate you, and like I said, I appreciate everybody that supported me and along my journey. And yeah, I've been hosting spaces pre Ape Chain back in the day with Founders, and recently I've been doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday Founder Club spaces with other great leaders in this space, other great community founders, and just continually trying to help and support them and their journey and getting them out there on the timeline and spaces to talk one on one.
I just want to, when you mentioned Canada, I fat fingered a thumbs down, and I did not mean that. It was supposed to be a clap. But,
Bro,
Hype, you actually got to interview and speak with Cam last week prior to us. And I just wanted to say, like, that space kind of encouraged me to kind of put this all together. So, in a way, you inspired me to do this space here this month, dude. So
yeah, I mean,
just wanted to say
I wouldn't have done it otherwise.
nice work.
Bro, he's not Aqua, so if it wasn't for the fact he was head of Ape Chain, I would have probably never interviewed him, to be very honest. I was very bullish on Orange pre. To be frank, I hit up a few people like Captain Optimistic, which is the PFP I've always wanted, the all green. And there's a big story behind it. But anyways, ended up with this one. I shared it with Showbiz, and the first thing he says, like, bro, that's a sick mutant, but why not orange? And I'm like, let's just not get this started, bro. So I want to thank him as well for turning me the other way. 48 hours after having this mutant, bro, it's gonna be aquamarine all the way. I don't care what people say. They can start unfollowing me, but definitely aquamarine all the way. Um, yeah, we're the smart group. We're definitely the smarter group. So yeah, and you just proved that point, bro. You got Cam on, so
There you go, dude. You have it there, Aquamarine, baby. We went ahead. We got you whitelisted to claim your cupcake badge, and yeah, dude, thanks for coming up. Glad you came. We have Deep up here. He's been waiting a long time. I've been making him wait. Been making him sweat a little bit. This ain't his first Welcome Wednesday, but Deep, how you doing, man? I love this new ape you got. It's pretty iconic, honestly. The grin smile is probably in my top 10 favorite traits of the board apes. And you got yourself an army green background, which army green has had quite the surgence of apes lately. Always had a presence, but kind of was like a sleeper background until recently. Have just been popping off, dude. Deep, welcome, happy Welcome Wednesday. How you doing, man?
I'm great, honestly. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right, dude.
Yeah,
Doing all
it's
right.
funny, like actually, like I'll explain a little bit about my background with Bored Ape Yacht Club. I first heard about apes kind of late in my crypto journey. I started in crypto in 2017, but the first time I heard about them were was like Post Malone, and that's when I started really getting into NFTs. But the first time I participated in the yacht club was the other side mint, and then as well as the sewer pass. And then I got my first, like, I got my mutant in September, right before Ape Fest last year, and I went to Ape Fest as well. And like, in terms of my crypto journey, the most fun I've ever had has always been through the yacht club. And even when I went to Ape Fest in Portugal, I took a friend who's a normie. He knows nothing about NFTs or crypto, and I was kind of nervous taking him, and he had such a good time. He met a lot of great people that he still keeps in touch with, and we're gonna make it a tradition to go together as well. And yeah, I've made a lot of great friends here in Canada too through the yacht club. Like NFT Prince down there became a really close friend of mine. Gigi introduced me to one of his events a few years ago as well, and I've just met a lot of cool people through the yacht club, and I've also had a lot of opportunities because of it. And after meeting Prince, he runs Board Club Canada, and I helped him co-host my first event with him this past year during Consensus in Toronto, and ApeCoin also sponsored that, so we really appreciated that. And the like I wanted to I've always wanted a CryptoPunk and an ape, and like this ape, I've been looking at apes for weeks, and for me, I like simple traits, nothing flashy, something that's recognizable. And so when I saw this, especially like the crying eyes, you know, and it's I just find it funny. It looks funny, so that's why I liked it, and I got it. And also, the reason I bought it is because like I'll be honest, I've made a lot of money through Board Ape Yacht Club, and I'm like, it's a disservice to not have like a full ape, and it's the perfect opportunity as well. And at the same time, like some of my friends and I, like NFT Prince, who's been in the space for a while, we started building on Ape Chain as well. So we have a project coming out in a couple months, and I thought it would be a disservice to not have like a board ape, and we want to create something that's fun and unique for the community as well. And yeah, so I really think that like Ape Chain is bringing back those vibes with in the past, like I said, having fun with the sewer pass and the other side mint, and with the other side games, that those betas that I've been playing, they've been really fun. So I'm excited to be back in the Bored Ape community. So yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Glad you're back and excited for what you and Prince are cooking, dude. I have no idea what it is, but I guess I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm locked in, baby.
Yeah, it's a game, and it has there's a cuteness factor. So I think people will enjoy it, and we want to make sure that it's just fun for the community, mostly. So yeah.
I know Prince is actually, one of the incredible apes that's part of our welcome committee, and he's always, when he sees apes on the timeline, he always posts them in our group chat. So, um, shout out to Prince. Yeah, he's always looking out for the Canadian apes.
Yeah,
I'll,
big shout to Prince. Big shout to Prince. I got to say, I got to talk to Prince for a long time on Friday at Hoarders Brunch in NYC, and man, pure admiration for what y'all are doing up there in Canada. And he did give me a little hint that y'all are building something, y'all are cooking. And like Law said, I don't have any idea what it is, but you said it's a game. It's cute. Sign me up.
For sure. Also, I have one thing I forgot to mention. When I bought my first mutant, I was on a space with Law, and I bought it on the space with him, and yeah, so I have a great memory with Law. Just wanted to mention that.
We kissed afterwards too. Pretty cool. I
Paul
like to
kisses
throw it down
everybody.
below. That was great.
He's got loose lips. Fuck.
I mean, I love to love. What can I say? You know. But yeah, dude, congrats again on the sick ape, and look forward to what you guys are cooking. All right, who do I not have scratched off? King Skipper. King Skipper, dude, I know you've been waiting a minute too. Happy Welcome Wednesday. You're gonna have to refresh. And is this a new ape purchase? Please refresh in my memory.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, it is. It is my first and only mutant ape. It's been a lovely hell of a journey, which I'm sure we've probably all experienced if we've been in since like 2020. I've been, rug after rug after rug after rug and moving around project to project. So it just felt right to finally ape in and actually get the mutant that I've always wanted. And kudos and shout out to Don because he's kind of sort of kept me in the space. There's been moments which, again, I'm sure we've all had where we're like, do you know what? I'm done. I'm done with being rugged. I'm done with being held accountable because we're modding on a project and the founders just bugger off and it's just left with the mods and we get all the stick. So I did take a very, very small break just before Ape Chain launched, and he came back from Lisbon. Was just like, it was just like the most excited puppy I've ever known him to be, and said, look, I'm going to be thinking about launching Typical Tigers, another collection onto Ape Chain. Would love to have you come on board. Because we've modded in various projects and stuff over the years, and I'd do anything for that guy. So I said yes. So he brought me back into the space, and then we bought a mutant ape to stake that is owned by the Typical Tiger charity project, so we could earn additional ape that we can keep sending to the charity. So I was wearing that for a while, which is the one, there you go, you just posted up on there. So I was wearing that for a while, and I was very, from day one, because I didn't want people to think that I was pretending that I own this mutant ape, which I didn't. I was representing the Typical Tigers and just basically showcasing that we are in this for the long haul, and we're doing great things for the project and cross-pollinating with other projects and stuff. And the love I got when I changed my PFP to that mutant was crazy. And I was like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. I don't have any excuse. I don't have a wife. I don't have relationships or kids or anything like that. So I've got no excuse. So I was like, do you know what? I need to do it. And then just all the stars aligned at the right time. And and then picked up my own one, and here I am.
I see you have a typical Tigers banner. Are you working with typical Tigers?
Yes. So I worked with them on the ETH project from 2021. And then, like I said, Don brought me over again when we relaunched onto Ape Chain. And then just this last week, Don did a very, very kind thing for whatever reason, and has made me co-founder of Typical Tigers with him. So me and Don taken over the Ape Chain world.
That's awesome. And I see that you're into fitness, and I'm curious, have you heard of the Bored Ape Run Club? Because they are really cool. I think a lot of apes that are into fitness should be aware of them. Usually when there's these events like Ape Fest or, NFT NYC or something that a lot of apes are going to be at, they get together and do a little bit of a run either before or after the event.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I've joined the group, and I think I'm in another one for Vegas called Fat Apes that we're all planning on meeting up together. But so far, the only conversation's been about the drinking and eating. No one's really mentioned too much about the exercise side of it. But no, if there is any form of activity, because I know I won't get Don involved. I'll have to find that side from for the Bored Ape Run Club because I'll definitely be up for something like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and I'm going to interrupt there and say that it's not just because I'm old, fat, and lazy that I'm not going to do it. It's because I know that King Skipper is a fucking Iron Man and triathlete. That's why I'm not doing it.
A newly retired.
If you're gonna run in Vegas in October, it's still kind of warm in October. Good luck with that, you guys. I'll be at the casino in the AC, but I love that you guys are doing it. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really good. And weirdly enough, I retired my Ironman career in 2023, and my last race was the World Championships that were actually held in Utah. And yeah, because I am that weird person. The day after, I did cycle to Vegas, which everyone said was stupid because that's a long road. But when you're on a bike, you just disappear. But I did get a bus home though. I wasn't going to cycle it back.
Well, I love it, man. I'm glad you're here. Welcome aboard. And if there's anything that we can do, to help you out or any questions you have, feel free to hit us up. Happy Welcome Wednesday. You guys, I have about 20 minutes left in me before I literally have to run outside and get going here. But we're gonna get to NBA memo. We're gonna get to Hoarder, but Jashaka's had his hand up for a little bit. Wanna touch in with him. Is there anything else that you wanted to say, Jashaka?
Yeah. Sorry, my mic kind of rugged when I was talking. So we were running this art contest. I posted it in the comments. We had like 75 artists take part. It was Draw a Bored Ape. The art is amazing. If you look at the art in the contest, these are all artists. It's part of an artist community we have called Raid. Um, and I kind of feel totally rugged by the Bored Ape community because apart from my two friends, John B. Um, and another guy, sorry, no one has come. I've sent it to all the top apes. I've tried to get it to them in DMs. I'd just love if you guys could just take a look at the contest and look at the art, especially with so many people looking to create NFTs on Ape Chain. These artists are amazing, and I think it would be great if you guys would just show them a little bit of love.
That's great, man. Thanks for letting us know, and if you guys can go into the comments and check that out, and Josh Rocco would be greatly appreciated, dude.
Yeah,
And thanks again for coming up, man, and welcome aboard.
yeah, man. Thank you. Peace.
NBA memo. You are not a new member of the club, but recently it looks like you picked up this beanie sailor orange background ape. Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Of course, brother. How's everybody, man? I'm so excited to be here almost 11 months later. Sup, Dort, Meirav. Just want to say thank you guys. You guys have made my journey here with the BAYC family quite special. First with the first spaces here with you, then on Lisbon. It's been quite a ride. I love to see Don Diablo part of the club, man. I was super happy for him. I was trying to snipe that ape that he got, but dude, this is such a beautiful, beautiful catch for him. I'm happy for everybody here building. Yeah, man. So, 11 months ago, I was able to be part of the family. Got my hands into a pre-negotiated cheetah beautiful ape from Checo Valencia, and we also got our hands into a DMT thanks to one of our tequila investors. And 11 months later, I could not finalize buying the cheetah because I just didn't get the money that I was promised. But after long negotiations with the tequila partners, I was finally given full ownership of the DMT, and I was so happy for it. But I wanted to get an ape of my own and make the face of Mingles a new face as well. And I was happy to trade with Pablo.eth these beautiful zombie eyes, which is not a sailor, by the way. He is a jimador, a tequila jimador, the guys that cut off the agave prior to be cooked to make tequila. And yeah, man, I'm happy to be now a proud member of the Orange background community. And I just wanted to share it with you guys and give a big, big, big kudos to Welcome Apes, because if it wasn't for you guys, my BayYC journey would have been the same. I love you guys, and I hope to give back as much love as you guys gave me at the beginning. And you already know this, but at least I can give back tequila for you guys. So thank you guys. And yeah, new ape, new PFP, but same old tequila ape.
Yo, Memo, I love the new ape, dude. Congratulations. I hope you're coming to Vegas. If you are, I just needed to know, should I bring my own shot glass or will you have them with you on you at all times?
At all times with me, brother. I mean, I know you're a Mingles holder. So, yes, I am going to Vegas, Ape Fest. I will not miss a single Ape Fest throughout my life. I think it's a must for everybody. If you already got your hands into a BayYC, you have to go to Ape Fest. And for this year, we have a big mission, which is to bring tequila bottles to everyone holding a Mingles, which is part of the Ape Chain community. So I'm bringing at least 500 bottles of tequila so everybody can get a hands on them. So yeah, brother, I'm gonna be there sharing as much tequila as possible. I just gotta go through, distribution issues, legal, etc. But I will have those bottles there for everybody.
Well, I'll bring in extra luggage and I know I'm checking that on the way back, man. I can't wait.
That's good alpha right there. Bring extra luggage. There's going to be a lot of NBA products, especially since I believe there's a lot of NBAs here in America. So you're going to want to load up on a lot of that good ape goods. So glad you brought that up, Dort. Congratulations, NBA Memo, on the new ape, and look forward to everything that you are doing with the tequila. Let's wrap things up here with Hoarder, who I believe is fresh out of NYC or maybe still in NYC. Let's tune in to find out. Hoarder, happy welcome Wednesday. What are you up to, man? How's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How's everybody? I am coming off the brunch,
You
so
still
really,
in New York City?
no, I'm in Jersey, so I'm not far away. So just based off over the bridge, so not tough, kind of setting up, but happy that a ton of apes made it to brunch, and hopefully everyone had a good time. And shout out to Culinary Crypto for cooking up a storm of options there for everyone to enjoy.
I saw some of the treats. The chicken and waffles on a stick looked really interesting to me. I wanted to try that. What was some of your favorite items there? And I'm curious, Dort, were you able to get a taste on any of these things?
Oh man, yeah, it was it was a smorgasbord, and I did leave with a bottle of vodka. Somehow, Hoarder handed me a bottle of vodka and said, "Take this." And so that's like Sailor Jerry's vodka company. I actually got one with Mr. Robot, so it's the only mega one. So now that it's sitting front and center on my liquor shelf, and I might be cracking that open this weekend. Got a long weekend, so so yeah, it was an incredible time. Got to hand it to Hoarder. He knows how to pull off a party.
Yeah, I thought I was being slick in sneaking door a bottle, but next thing I knew, I think people saw me do it and just took the other bottles that were there for display. But all good. I think everyone had a great time. We of course had to have board bagels. He did some breakfast sandwiches. He did a board snack, bread pudding, along with just some normal waffles, and probably forgetting a bunch of other stuff that he did. But oh well, Pancho also came through with his lasagna, so definitely shout him out as well. And unfortunately, I didn't get to try it. By the time I made it around, it was all gone. So I think that says a lot about it, and people were raving about it. So, that and his gumball machine was there, along with Ford Trading Co. showing off other NBA and IP products.
I heard the lasagna was a hit. And Hoarder, I gotta ask you, man. Out of the event, everything that went down, is there anything like embarrassing or funny that happened to that you can tell everyone and we can laugh at that happened during the event?
Embarrassing and funny. I feel like if it happened to me, I already blocked it out, which I wouldn't put past myself from doing something embarrassing. But no, I don't know. Not that comes to mind. I think it was a great time. I'll be honest, like they packed in the events at that venue, right? So our event led, I think, into a pudgy event, which the venue, which was owned by, I think the cafe is actually co-owned by the founder of Crypto Goons. So they said, hey, you guys can just leave your IP stuff up. So I did find it funny that, at a pudgy event, there was just all this ape IP that people were checking out. So I thought that was cool, but really kind of funny to me that, we kind of took that over and it was at a pudgy event. But yeah, I mean, I would say if you haven't booked for Vegas, definitely take a look. I think not that many rooms left, and we might be coming down the wire in terms of the availability of rooms at the Ape Hotel. And then if you are interested in sponsoring or putting together events for Vegas at the Creator Hub, we've got three different kind of spaces. One's a rooftop, a ballroom, and a foyer. They all add up to be about a little over 60,000 square feet over the 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, during Ape Fest. So really looking to help empower and activate some of the community and different brands to show up there.
That's right. I almost forgot, dude. Congratulations, you guys. You said I think 90 people, 90 rooms booked for the what you guys are putting together in Vegas at the Ape with Ape Concierge. Concierge? Did I say that right? Fancy word.
Yep.
But that's awesome, dude. And I think everyone that's going to this, that's going to be a part of that, I feel like that's going to be a very magical moment. So, I'm going to do my best to try and get on board and be a part of that. But really, really think that's something awesome and special you guys are cooking up for Ape Fest.
No, appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, I think you don't have to have an ape pass to get involved with throwing events. And even if you're a smaller community, I think there's going to be a couple of different communities, whether whether regional or ape chain communities that might pull together and do some different activations. So definitely reach out. It's not too early to start thinking about that and engaging around what you have in mind. So yeah, just feel free to DM.
Awesome. Well, Hoarder, dude, thank you so much for coming up and sharing, taking time out. Appreciate everything that you do for the club and for all of us, man. You're a legend. And with that, we're going to wrap it up here. I got to get going. Before we wrap it up, I want to remind that everyone that came up here and joined us today, introduced themselves and told us their stories, have been whitelisted, or we're about to get you whitelisted to claim your cupcake, Welcome Apes cupcake badge on other side or other page. Sorry. And yeah, really, if you when you guys do claim, please post on the timeline and tag Welcome Apes, and tag other page as well, so that we can retweet, engage, and show you guys some love on that. It's a really cool collectible that has art made by Meirav that we think that you're going to enjoy. With that being said, and with us coming to an end, I want to pass it over to Dort and Meirav if there's anything you guys want to wrap up with here this evening.
No, not really. Guys, it was such a great space. I can't wait to go back and listen to the start of the interview with Cam. Um, but yeah, yeah, thank you so much for letting me come up and host with y'all. Um, I'm not much of a host, but my God, it's fun to get up here and chop it up. So much appreciated.
Yeah, I wanted to say it's been awesome hearing from all these super talented new members, from Cam, Ape CEO. Shout out Hoarder. I wanted to say hey to you. Just amazing people. Again, I don't spend much time on Twitter Spaces, but this is one space that I never miss because of the vibes, because of you guys. So, thanks for having me, and thanks for keeping the vibes and keeping things welcoming. I love being a part of that. So thank you.
Thank you, Meirav and Dort. Appreciate both of you guys so much. I know, doing things like this can sometimes feel like a thankless job, but I appreciate you guys very much, and I think that what we're doing is really important. And I think there's a lot of cool things left for us to explore. And job's not done yet. And thanks everyone who pulled up today. It's a very special occasion that we look forward to doing every month, every first Wednesday of the month. And yeah, happy Welcome Wednesday to everyone. Make sure you guys give a follow to all the new apes that came up here and old apes that came up here and told us stories, introduced themselves, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Peace, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Ape Chain on Chain. This project is powered by the ApeCoin DAO through AIP 572, bringing our community's valuable conversations on chain and also on traditional audio platforms. Rate this episode and/or leave feedback and earn Dixo rewards by visiting the Dixo on-chain platform.